We will be
लाइव स्ट्रीम हो रही है मीटिंग
Mom, please once unmute yourself. Yes. Can you hear me, guys? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, fine. So the first thing you have to do is choose the right fabric. The next step would be prepare your fabric before you paint on. So preparing is nothing but washing your fabric, and then fabric would have some chemicals on it, some starch on it, and when you wash your fabric, it will shrink at times. So in order to maintain your fabric, you need to, before you paint it, you have to wash it first. Then after drying it, you have to iron. So about the fabric. What are the different fabrics available? You can use. Start as a beginner. There are certain when you begin. So the next will be, there are two types of materials available: synthetic and also natural fabrics. Synthetic fabric and also natural fabric. So what is synthetic fabric? Synthetic fabric are made of chemicals, and natural fabrics are made of plant and are extracted from plants and animals. So it is always better to use synthetic fabrics when you become an expert, because it will not absorb paint. But with the natural fabrics like cotton, there are different type of natural fabrics like cotton, silk, wool.
Your workplace is not visible.
Is that so? One sec.
Yes.
Sorry, one sec. Can you see it now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, as I told you before, the first step is choosing the right fabric. The second step is prepare your fabric. The next one would be, there are two types of fabrics available. Synthetic fabrics are made out of chemicals, and natural fabrics are made out of plant. So the fabrics that are made out of synthetic are like nylon, rayon, and there are different types of other fabrics also, like acrylic, polyester. So these are all made out of synthetic fabric, that is chemicals. In this, what they do is they have a chemical called polymer solution that they will be using it. This solution is used and polyamide molecules are made, and they make these type of synthetic material. Further into it, I will tell you what all materials you can use in some time. You can use cotton fabric, you can use nylon fabric, You can use rayon. What all fabrics I've mentioned here, all these fabrics you can use. But to start with, as a beginner, it is always better to start with cotton. Yeah. So now we will move on to the paints that can be used. Paints are like fabric paints and acrylic paints. Fabric paints and acrylic. So acrylic paints are optional and fabric paints you can use it at any time, because the problem with acrylic paints is over a period of time when you are putting two to three layers on your, when you paint a rose like thing, when you have 2 to 3 layers, it will be like sticky. But when it comes to fabric paints, how much ever layers you put, it will not be an issue. So I have a lot of messages. Your voice is breaking. Please repeat. Can't see your paper. Is it visible now? You guys have any doubts so far? So I'm going to start with the practical now.
These were the prior messages. So right now your voice is also visible and your work audible and your workplace is visible clearly.
Okay, fine. Okay. Thank you so much, Shivan. So you can use fabric paints and also acrylic paints. Acrylic paints are optional. I'll be showing my work in some time, Rishma. Sneha, I'll be starting my practical in 2-3 minutes. Whenever you start, you should need some introduction, right? That's the reason why I'm giving a short introduction. This will be useful for you guys. That's why I'm giving it, okay? So other than the paints, we will move on to the tools that we will be requiring. We will move on to the practical stuff now. You will be requiring frames like this. You'll be requiring a carbon paper. This carbon paper is called as the yellow carbon paper, which you will get it in any stationery store. These carbon, it costs the same price as it costs a black and blue carbon. But the black carbon and blue carbon, when you draw it on a cloth, it will have that blue and yellow trace, blue and black traces. But when you go with the yellow carbon, it will be hiding when you paint on it. So it is always better to use a yellow carbon when you go for a fabric paint. Okay. So you'll be requiring a carbon paper. You'll be requiring a frame. And if you're going to paint a t-shirt like thing, it is always better you put a card like thing, something like this inside your t-shirt, so that your backside of the t-shirt doesn't get spoiled. So that's one. And you need some trace sheet. You can trace your designs and then you can trace it on the cloth. So now I'm going to paint with yellow, sorry, I'll be using these colors today: red, orange, green, and brown. If you guys have it with you, and I'm going to use a liner brush number 000. If you guys have it with you, you can grab it and come. So, and a small piece of fabric. So today I'm going to use this design on my fabric. So since the time will be very less, I've already traced it and I've kept it ready. Can you see my trace, guys? Can you see my trace? So we should iron the fabric, but today, sorry, I ironed it, but still this part of my cloth is it doesn't look like ironed one. So I'm taking a frame. I'm putting this frame on the top, and the other side frame on the bottom. So for now, I'll be painting only one flower because the time is very less. Maybe in the master class, we will do a lot of work. So today I'm going to do is it possible without the frame too? Yes, it is possible. I'll show you without a frame also. So since I'm going to do a dry stroke technique, the technique I'm going to do it today. Which colors are these? It is from the brand called Fabrica, Camel's Fabrica. It is a fabric paint. Even you can use acrylic paints, but I always advise you guys to use a fabric paint. Okay, so now I'm taking my paint. So I'm going to first paint this flower. I will grab my paint on my liner brush like this. First, I will draw the outline. The particular technique I'm going to use today is called a dry stroke technique. See, for tracing, I forgot to tell you, you can keep your trace paper like this. Above this, you can keep your design. With your pencil, you can draw about this design. But whenever you keep your carbon paper and your trace sheet, you should pin it along with the cloth with the head pin like this. I'll show you the pin. So you can use pins like these to secure your paper and the carbon paper along with the cloth. Because when you trace it, when you move your paper, sometimes if you don't secure it, your trace will not be proper. That is the reason why we are securing it. So you'll please keep the trace carbon paper and above that the trace paper and draw it above this so that your floral gets printed on the fabric. Okay, these you no, this is a fabric. It is fabric.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking a lot.
Brush number for outline.
Ma'am, it's still not audible. It's breaking a lot.
Is it okay now? Is it okay? Okay. If my video is visible, is my video visible?
Yes, your video is visible, ma'am.
My voice? You hear my voice, guys?
Yes, yes. Now
I think there is a lag in my voice.
Ma'am, can you retry joining again? Maybe that will be working. You are on mute, ma'am. Mute, mute. Ma'am, you are on mute.
Sorry about that. Usually my network connection will be very good. I don't know what is happening today.
Ma'am, you can do one thing. You can please retry joining again. Maybe it would be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people, can you wait for a minute? I'll rejoin. Sorry about that.
Yes, everybody, guys,
Give me
please
a
be
second.
cooperative. Yes.
Please suggest. I've started with the practical part. It will take 10 minutes. So kindly bear with me. I'll just leave and I'll rejoin. Please, guys. Yes. Can you hear me right now? Is it fine, guys, now? I hope everything goes well now.
Yes, now it is fine now.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm using a liner brush number 0. Um, can you, yeah. I'm using my liner brush number 000. I've taken paint on my brush. Just I'm going to draw a outline of the flower. So I'm starting from here, just the outline. So as somebody asked me, can we use it without a frame? You can, but you have to hold your cloth like this. Otherwise, it will keep spreading. So I've just drawn the outline of it. Now we are going to do a technique called dry stroke technique. So I'm just going to pull my brush down all over the leaf, all over the petal in its direction. Just pull it like this. So this will create a design stroke here. This is called as a dry stroke. So I will go again. I just want to fill it completely. Keep your brush vertical. Keep it vertical and pull it down like this. So you have just filled it, filled the outer part of it. You're not a brush no for outline, number for outline. See, I've used the same brush number for both the outline and the inner work. It is a 000 brush. You can go for 000 and also 0 and 1. Double shade technique we will be doing in the master class, Shivani, because this 1 hour will not be enough for teaching you everything. So in the master class, we will be doing with a double stroke. But this is a very simple technique. You can paint it on your salwar suit. You can paint it on cushion covers. So I've just drawn the outline. See, the half of the class goes in intro, right? Then the practical we have only. Then we have, you guys have some surprise for the master class and everything. We have to cover it in one single class. So we'll not be able to cover everything. But in the master class, I can assure you that we will learn all the techniques of fabric painting. So similarly, it's a very simple technique. From the end, I'm starting to pull my brush inside like this and giving it some strokes only at the corners, only at the end of my petal, not to the center of my petal. From the end, I am dragging it inside. That's why it is called as a dry stroke technique. Any doubt, guys? Are you able to understand? If you have any doubts, please do ask. Doesn't it look good already? Guys, do answer me now. I would love to hear from you. Anybody painting along with me? Yes. Anybody painting along with me, guys? Is it not interesting? Are you guys painting along with me? I'm using orange. It's a basic orange color that comes along with the normal pack. It's not a special color, just orange, 283 orange. So started from this part of the petal, draw it down on the end, and from this side also I'm dragging it down. I'm just putting the outline of the flower. First I'm doing the outline. Then take your brush, just start pulling inside. Keep your brush in a vertical position. According to the petal shape, just pull it like this. Just we are doing. This is a very simple technique. You can do it. Just you see it once, you can do it. You can try it after the class also. You can try it on your butta or even the bedspreads and anything. You can paint this technique on anything. And after you finish the work, trust me guys, it will look too good. And one thing you guys asked me about without the frame, right? Since I'm doing it without the frame, the paint will go, the cloth will absorb, and at the bottom on my surface, I'll be having the paint like this. So what will happen is it will spread on the cloth like this. That's the reason why we take a frame. So just give it the outline, grab some paint again, and just pull it inside like this. Give it some mild strokes. Any doubt, guys? If you have any doubt, you can ask it in the chat window. I will answer you. So my first flower is done. See, and when some paint spreads like this, we can use only fabric color. See, we can use acrylic colors also, but when you do it professionally, it is better you go for fabric paints. Because the difference between a fabric paint and acrylic paint is, ma'am, brush number 000, Shilpa. You can use also brush number 0 or 1 also. See, my paint got spread outside. I've just extended my outline. That's it. No problem, Shilpa. You're welcome. So my first flower is done now. So now I will do the center part of the flower. This is a very simple technique, guys. You can easily try it. It's not that hard. It is called as a dry stroke technique. You'll be learning a lot of other techniques in the master class. So just I have put the outline. Yes, I'm using fabric color. So just fill your center with the color. Just for whenever you paint something, just finish the outline and then start filling. So you'll have an idea till where you should use your brush. So I filled the center part. Now, if I want, I can have some dots on the color. Don't dry until we paint. No, I didn't get you, Snega. Can you come again? Colors don't dry until we paint. So I'm taking yellow color. Can you come again, Sneha? I couldn't get your question. So I'm tapping in the center and making some dots, taking yellow color and just placing some dots in the center. If you want, you can place these dots or leave it as such. The bottle's left open. What if they dry, become hard? See, we are not keeping it so long, right? Just for 10 minutes, I'm keeping it open, but still sometimes it gets thick. In that case, you can get a medium like this. This is called as medium for fabric. You can mix this along with it will be not watery. It will be of a medium thick consistency like this. So you can mix this along with the paint and you can use it. So you needn't worry about it, but usage of water should be less. The bottle left open. Okay, the same question. So I'm done with my first flower. Now what I'll do is I'll finish my leaf. So the paint that is in the cap itself is fine. I'll close my other bottle. So I'll take my green. I'm using sap green. You can use any green that you have. I'm using sap green. So I'll paint my first leaf. Just have the outline. We are doing the same dry stroke technique for this also. Just again, pull it from outside to the inner layer. Paint it according to the leaf shape, so it will look good. Just pull it down. You're just dragging the paint inside, that's it. Even if you have less paint on your brush also, it's absolutely fine because it's a dry stroke technique. And hold your brush vertical in a vertical position so that the strokes are thin and it will be easy for you to paint also. So my first leaf is done. I can draw a line, center line here, and I can draw some veins of the leaf. So my first flower and leaf is done. So it's already 12. If you guys want, I'll do one more flower similar to this. I'll not be able to do all the 3 flowers now. I'll just do one more flower. So I'll do it with red now. So it's the same technique. Just draw the outline. And just pull it in. Just pull your brush like this and make some strokes with the brush. So just pull it in, that's it. So your first petal is done. Similarly, we'll do the other petals also. So just draw the outline and start with the strokes. Your second petal. So I'm moving on to the third one. With this, I'll finish and I'll show you the finished work of this same flower. I've already done and I've kept it. Isn't it nice, guys? You can easily try it at home, right? With your even with a simple practice, you can do it, right? Hope you guys like it. Can I have a reaction in the window, chat window? I'm repeating the same thing. Thank you. And I can assure you that you will learn different techniques in the master class. Because as you guys told us in the beginning, 1 hour will not be enough to cover a lot. So we are just doing a simple technique here. As Shweta asked sometime before, we will be doing the blending techniques with one single flower. I'll show you some of my works in some time. So we will be doing the blending 2 colors in one flower. And we'll also be learning to load your brush with 2 different colors. Some other technique too possible. The time is really less, Shilpa, because we have some surprise for you. And workshops are bound to 1 hour. So similarly, as we did for the other flower, we can tap the center part with dots. If you want, you can do it or leave it as such. Even that will look good. So this is done. I will show you the finished one of this. The same thing. I've done it already and I've kept it ready to show you guys. So whenever you put your cloth on the table, see that your workspace is. So I've used the same technique and I've done this. Can you see this, guys? Did you guys like it? Thank you. This simple technique, even you guys can do it immediately. It doesn't need much practice. But in the masterclass, we will be learning more techniques. I will share my screen now. I will show you some of my works. One sec. I'll close the bottles and I'll keep it aside so that it doesn't spill on the floor. So I forgot to tell you, for the stem part, I've used a brown color. Which number brush use in fabric colors? See, Ruchita, it depends upon the floral and the technique that they are using. If you are using a one-stroke technique, then you may need a flat brush according to the size. If there's a small flower, you may require a number 2 or number 4 brush. If the flower is big and the area coverage is more, then you go for bigger size brushes. So each technique requires different brushes. See, this technique just require the liner brush number 000 or 0. But for certain techniques, we may require larger size brushes like 6, 7. It depends upon the pattern and the technique that we are using. So if you're going for a blending process like 2 different colors, then we use some 6 number brush, 7, 8 we use for that. Okay, so for now I will show you the liner one for the branches. It is just as you drew the border for the petals there. Similarly, you draw a line for your I'll show you in this one so that it will be even more clear, because that one I have drawn it already. I'll show you a branch here. So just pull it and finish it. That's it. Just hold your finger like this for your support. Then drag it down and finish it. That's it. This is how you draw your branches. So I will share my screen right now to show some of my works. I have something ready now with me to show. Only one sari painting I want to show you in the system so that I'll share my work. See, this is a cartoon work. You can paint on your dresses also. If you want to paint it on your bed sheets, you can paint something like this. And this is a floral double color one. I've painted everything on a single cloth and kept, which will be easy for me to show you guys. This is a very simple design where I will be just coloring and giving it an outline. So this is a very simple technique which you can paint it on a frock, of a kid's frock, something like that. You can do it. So this is a floral double color, double loading. I have added 2 different colors and I have blended it. Similarly, if you can see, this is also a double color technique. So you'll be learning all these in the master class. And if you can see, this flower is the one that we did right now. It is a bigger size flower. This is also a dry stroke technique. I've used the same technique here, but since the flowers are big, it has separate mark of the flower. That's it. So this is also a dry stroke technique. This is also a dry stroke technique. And this is what I showed you sometime before. It's a Tom and Jerry painting. And this is, I've used a very single color, different shades of purple. On each flower, I've used different shades of purple. That's it. And this one, as I showed you before, it is a combination of different colors. Here also we have done the blending of 2 different colors. And this one, it is a dry stroke technique. Again, it is a dry stroke technique, this one. And what else? And this is a stencil work. This is a handmade stencil actually. I have done this stencil and then I have painted it. I will show you the stencil. I don't have it right now, but this is a handmade. Yeah, I have it here. If you can see, this is a handmade stencil. I will teach you how to make these type of stencils in your master class. So I have made with this stencil, I have made this floral print, and this is also a stencil work. And I've painted a kurta with block printing. This is a kurta with block printing. It's completely, I have painted from top to bottom. I have painted with block printing and the sleeves also. The sleeve ends also I have painted it with block printing. Some paintings we will be sketching and some we will not sketch, we will do it directly. If you can see, this is a very simple technique. I've used a leaf like this. Even you can use this technique to do it. I've used the leaf print, I've dipped it in paint and I've done this painting. So this is also a simple technique. So similarly, I will teach you how to make simple blocks at home and do printing also. That also we'll be seeing. Now I'll share my screen. I have one more piece to show you guys. I have a sari. Can you see my screen now? Guys, can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is the sari. I've painted it with tulip flowers. One second. It's taking time since I've shared it. So I have painted it with tulip flowers and rose flowers. In between, this is a tulip flower on the four sides, and the center it is a rose flower. So these are the different angles. These are the pictures just now I showed you. This is my mom. She's wearing the saris. To have a view of how it looks when you wear it, I'm showing this. So these all we saw right now. These are all dry stroke. These are some cartoon ones which I have painted it on my kid's frock. This is also a double blending technique, double color blending technique. This is also a cartoon. So these are some of my works that I have in my system. So I will stop sharing. So these are the things, guys. So I will hand it over to Shivani. She will take control of the class now. The further things. She'll be explaining you the further surprise.
Yes, so now everybody quickly in the chat box that how was the session going? I hope you guys are enjoying it, you guys are finding it interesting, or you are learning something, right? Quickly, everybody in the chat box, how is the session going? Just reply with reaction, hearts, anything in the chat box. Okay. Everybody, guys, quickly in the chat box. Okay, great. Great. Now, everybody quickly write in the chat box how many of you want more classes from ma'am, how many of you want to know about her masterclass details. Okay. Everybody, you can reply yes, me, anything in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Great. Great. So, not wasting much of the time as seeing your reactions, I am quickly sharing my screen. Ma'am, please let me know once my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes. Ma'am,
Yes,
is it
Shruti.
visible?
Yes, Shivani, it's visible.
Okay. So, people, we are starting a masterclass from 17th May to 20th May. That is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Timings will be 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And this 3 to 4 gonna increase by half an hour more because there will be limited number of students. Along with that, there will be one-on-one doubt solving rounds. All right. So, which means fabric designing will be covered to you via one-on-one sessions, right? Apart from that, now what you will be exactly getting in the masterclass, as you guys had a live session today, in the same manner you will be having live sessions regularly in the masterclass. Now, along with the lifetime benefits. Now, what are those lifetime benefits? So, first of all, the teachings which ma'am will be giving you, you can keep those teachings forever in your life. Why? Because we will be providing you the recordings of the masterclass. For each and every masterclass you will be getting the recordings for the entire lifetime, guys, which means you can view the recording anytime. Even if you miss out with any of the session, any of the class, you need not to worry because we will be providing you the recordings for the entire masterclass. Now, the second benefit is you, as Caroline ma'am is an expert at what she does, you guys are getting expert mentorship till the lifetime, which means even if you come up to any of your doubt, any of your query after 3 months, 4 months, 1 year, she will be there to help you out with each and every doubt and query. And third, and the best surprise, best benefit is you all will be getting a benefit. You all will be getting a certification from BitClass signed by Caroline ma'am. All right. Now, if this is a power package course, guys, whosoever is wanting just for out of hobby, out of curiosity, or if there is somebody who wants to build your career around these things, this course is for everyone. Why? Because ma'am will be providing the tips and tricks on how you can start your own business also, right? So now I will be quickly asking ma'am to tell all of you what she will be covering in the master class.
Yeah, we will be given you guys will be given an introduction with the paints, brushes, the mediums, the tools that we'll be doing, and we will be doing one kurta with block printing, and the second day we will be doing a top with stencil work and also a cartoon character, how to trace a cartoon character on a cloth, how to trace it and how to color the different shades, because whenever you take a picture, the shadow part will be darker, the other part will be lighter. So all these techniques we'll be teaching. We will be doing some floral designs. We will be painting a dupatta with floral design, a cushion cover with floral design. Whatever I showed you, we will be seeing 2 to 3 floral techniques. We'll be doing one stencil work, one cartoon work, one block printing work. So that's what we'll be covering in the 4-day class. So end of the session, you can have a plain kurti with a floral print with which is worth 1,500, 2,000 rupees worth kurta you can make it. Not only that, also the cushion covers and dupatta, each and everything, whatever we have specified, we are going to do it. And in addition to the techniques that we specify, we will always be having 2 or 3 extra techniques that is an additional bonus.